Hi, welcome to my channel. This is Gladys from Gladys Creations Part 2. And today we're doing the really fun collaboration, the Just Our Imagination Challenge. And boy, was this a challenge. I thought the prior challenges were hard. This one beat them all that I have been a part of because I heard some of the other ones. Okay. And this is KathyJo's and Brenda's collaboration. It's called Just Our Imagination. And it's KathyJo from KathyJo's DIY and Brenda from Rustic and Lace. And then they have a guest host. And this time it's Crafty Classy. Okay. And the three of them got together to do this collaboration today. So let's get on with our projects, and we'll talk more about it in later in the video. Okay, these are the things that we're going to be using. Bobby pins. I chose brown ones, and you'll see why I chose brown ones, okay? Because they come in brown, they come in black. And then I have 3 of these, but the other one I already took it apart. And we're going to take this apart and we're going to use all the pieces of the whisk. And then some candles. These are not the candles that I end up using. And you'll see the disaster at the end. It is funny. I left it in so you could see the blooper. Okay. So now we're going to take the whisk and we're going to be clipping the wire part off. Okay. So first I take off the tags, and then what I do is I get my bull nose clippers. Okay. And we're going to clip them with that. That's a bull nose clipper. They're the best clippers to have for any kind of wires. They're great. Okay. And believe me, this was hard to cut. So here I take and I show you that I tried twisting it. Now I twisted it in the other one and was able to get one off, but it took me almost a half hour just to take off like 3 pieces. And I was like, no, that's taking me too long. So I decided to take the bull nose clippers, right? And even with the bull nose clippers, it was hard to get in there because of the other wires. But once you go cutting them, it gets easier and easier to get them out. Then the little piece that stays, you're just going to push that in. You see how I told you. You're going to push it right back into the tube, okay? It'll fall in, right? And you're going to have 5 pieces, okay? That's what I'm showing you there, that you'll have 5 pieces, and you're going to set them to the side, and that's what the top of it is going to look like, nice and flat. Then I'm going to take 2 of the Dollar Tree poinsettias, and I needed mini pink poinsettias, and I couldn't find any anywhere. So I just bought these, and we're going to just cut them up. First I take it with silver paint and paint the center silver, and then paint it over with the sparkle Mod Podge, which is just a glitter inside of inside the Mod Podge, and it's very, very pretty. And you don't have the mess of glitter, which is amazing. Okay, and here I just show you that I do cut each petal. I cut them to look almost like holly leaves, okay? And that's what I'm showing you there, that you cut the top as a triangle, and then you go to each side of the petal, the third piece, because you're going to cut the petal in 3 pieces, and then you cut it into a triangle, and then you cut it into a C. Then you're going to get little pieces that fall and pick them and just make one side of a point so it looks like that. You see how they look on there? And that's what you're going to do. And you're going to wrap it around any piece of wire, whatever. I keep um all my, when I pull off the flowers and all that, I keep those stems. And right now, that's what I'm using, the little stems from the flowers. Okay. And then I'm taking each piece and the bottom half, I'm just putting a dab of little glue and just wrapping it around. And I use 6 pieces, okay? And just wrap the bottom part, see, like that, and just tap it and wrap the bottom to the piece of wire. Then I take the little balls that I painted and I put them in the middle. Now, this is the cool thing. We'll take nutmeg brown and the rollers from Dollar Tree. You should get them. They're really good to have, okay? Because you could do so many crafts with them. This is going to be a tree bark, okay? A tree trunk, okay? I take it and I painted it and I hit it with the heat gun so it can crack. You see how it crackled up and got hard? It looks like a log. And I discovered that Dollar Tree has these in white. So we're making a white Christmas tree with the bobby pins. Now, you could take anything sharp, pokey, a needle or whatever. This is one of my crocheting tools. And all I do is just run it through 4 times. Right through the bottom, about maybe an inch up from the bottom, okay? Then here I'm taking my bobby pins and I'm opening them up into a V. Then I'm showing you here that we're going to use the whole bobby pin for this part, okay? And we're just going to clip only, I think we clipped only a little bit of the bottom, of the opposite side of this, okay? No, I don't think I do for this. No, not this one. I think it's the next row. Now I show you every row because every row has a different instructions, okay? Now you want to make sure that you put the pointy side to the back end and then the fluffier side to the front end. And then you're going to poke it, glue it onto the bobby pin, and then you're going to take hot glue. See, I do clip them. I clip them about maybe your as wide as your thumb, the back part, and I add hot glue to that, and then I put it right through those holes that I made. Okay, this is the only time we're gonna make holes because it's harder there on the bottom. And there you go. See, and all 8 of them went in there. And you're always going to pull out 8 bobby pins, okay? So I don't repeat myself over and over. And here you're going to open the bobby pin again in a V shape. But you notice how the bobby pin on the one side has the little humps? You're just going to cut off the first hump. That's all you're going to do here. This is what's going to make it shorter. And then you measure it. And then you clip it so it's the same size. And then you're going to glue it on. Pointy side to the back. The fluffier side to the front. And then you're going to clip the back. And then you're going to glue them and put them in. Okay? There you go. I'm showing you that you just like you go up about the width of your thumb, okay? And then just put them in. Like that. Okay? And you do that all the way around. You see it, and it goes in. And it goes in real nice because the metal's hot from the hot glue gun. So it goes in really nice. There I pull out the 8 again. Do the V shape. But now you're going to cut 2 humps. Okay? And then cut the back side, measure it, and cut it. And don't waste anything. And if you have any left over, save those pieces because you might need them at another time for another craft. You never know, okay? And then, once again, you're going to just put the glue on the back. Measure your thumb up, up, a thumb from the last row, okay? And then just put them in, okay? And you want them to be about the size of your thumb in separation each row, because if not, you're going to be bumping into the other bobby pins, and you won't be able to get it all the way through then in, okay? Here you're going to take and do the same thing. This is the next row. Open them up the same way in a V, okay? Just a little bit wider this time, okay? Just every time you go up, you want to open up your your V a little bit wider, and you're going to clip one of the humps off, okay? And there you go. And there I go put the next layer in. See, and a thumb and a thumb size up, and then you put it in. And you'll see it now. After I do this, I show you how it looks, how it's starting to look like a Christmas tree, and it's nice and full. I really liked this idea. The tree came out so cute, and it's so nice and full. And it's something different than using your regular Dollar Tree. Um, it's, I don't know. I just think it's so cute, and it's a mini tree, and you only use like a little bit more than a half a pack of the garland ties. Okay. Now you see how I really opened them up. Now you see how wide they are, and then we're going up all the way to the back end now. All the way to the back hump. We're that far. I think we cut all the humps off. Yep. And then you're gluing that part in. And there you go. And then it's nice, and I'll show you it looking nice and full. Now you're going to cut them 3-inch pieces. Okay. And then you're going to cut 8 of them. Okay. And then you're going to take the bottom half of it, okay, the furry part, not the pointy part. The pointy part you're going to put towards the top. But the furrier side, you're going to take that, and you're just going to like bend the bottom a little bit. See, like that. You see that? And you're going to make like a J, like a J. You see how it looks like a J almost? And you're going to do that. To all 8 pieces. And then you're going to glue it all the way up to the top. And then, see, and then you're going to do it by the clock, like the clock, 9 o'clock, 3 o'clock, and like that. Oh, and I forgot, you take out that little plastic part and pull the wire straight up. And then you're going to connect it to the wire. Okay, you want to connect right there with the wire. You see that? And connect with the wire and the foam, because the hot glue it starts melting the foam, and you want it to connect to something. And so there, it'll connect to each other, and it's gonna connect to the wire from the roller. Okay, and you're gonna do all 8 pieces. Fill in every empty spot, and then curl up if you need to some more, if you want to give it better form, and just pull them upwards like that. You see how I did the ends? And I think I only used 6. I don't think I used all 8. Yeah, I only used 6. All right, and there you go. Then I take these little stars that I have, and I paint them silver, only on one side, because we're going to glue one onto the other, okay? back to back. And then after I paint it silver, I take it and I paint it with the March Part sparkle Mod Podge, okay? So it glistens, and it's glittery, okay? And I sprinkle a little bit extra glitter on it. Then I'm just decorating them. I'm just putting, I had 6 flowers. I don't know what happened to one of them, just disappeared. So we end up using 5 flowers and 5 of those balls. I pulled out 6, but I don't know what happened to it. And then I just spread it out sporadically. And I only decorate the front half of this because you're not going to see the back half. Okay. And so I just do only the front. And there you go. And that's decorating. And then we take the star and we put one side up. Then we take the other side and pinch it together like that onto the top branch. Anything that's, sticking out, you could take and clip it off. Now here we're doing some, excuse me, peppermints, okay? So here I take a shot glass, take a ball, roll it out, flatten it, and then I take the shot glass and first I put down plastic wrap and then I push the shot glass into it so it rounds it up a little bit. And there I did 3 of those. Then I take and I roll like a snake and then I cut it. There you go. And then so it looks almost like a marshmallow, okay? That's going to be another mint, okay? We're making a pick, okay? And we're going to make 3 picks. So you do 3 peppermints, 6, no, we make 6 of the round peppermints and 3 of those marshmallow looking ones. And then we're going to take the wires from the whisk, okay? And we're going to bend them a little bit and put them in. We want them to be opposite directions like that. And then we take the other one and we stick it into that one. Okay? And I go look, because I have all those pieces of wire, so I have plenty to do all of this. All right? And I do those. Then I take them and I'm going to paint the peppermint. And what I do is I take the cameo pink because I'm doing everything pink, white, and silver, okay? And I put a dot in the middle and then a dot at 9 o'clock, a dot at 3 o'clock, a dot at 12, and then a dot at 6. And that's how I do my peppermints. You see that? And then I follow the lines, okay? And then I fill in every other little like triangle shape. And there you go. You got your peppermint. And that's how I do my peppermints. I mean, I normally do a better job. This was kind of rushed because this took me forever to do, like forever. These peppermints are actually soft still, and I'm painting them, okay? Being very careful. And there you so I'm showing you again how I do the dots, then I do the lines, and then I fill it in. See? Just like that. And I do the front part and the back part of these. I don't show you all of that. I only show you these 2 that I painted, I think, and that's it. I don't think I show you any more than that. Nope. All right, then we're going to do these other peppermints. And what I'm going to do there is just do a line from the top to the bottom in an angle. And I do 3 rows like that, 3 strips from the top to the bottom like that in an angle. That's all I do with that one. There, I do a 3rd one. From the top to the bottom in an angle. And that's all I do. Then here, I had to cut this out. Um, I cut it was a whole pool noodle, and I had a piece left, but I didn't even measure these. I just cut them from smallest to biggest by eye. And then I cut the pool noodle. You see how I cut that noodle and I put a slice in it? Don't pay attention to that because I end up sealing it. I'm right there. You see, I end up sealing it because it didn't come out straight, and I couldn't line up my ribbon to be straight with it. But we'll cut it again later, okay? So here I take tacky glue and I'm gluing down my ribbon, okay? As you see here. And I show you all of it, I guess. And I just glue strips of ribbon like that all the way down, and then I cut it, and then I take another piece of ribbon and I go right next to it and line it side by side with one another. Okay, so you can so it looks like it's all one piece. Okay, and there, I smooth that out. Then I take the ribbon, line it up, and then I start doing the same thing again. I brush on I add some tacky glue and brush it really good, nice and smooth, and then I put my ribbon down. Okay, and this looks easier said than done. Okay, this was very complicated because I couldn't pinch it with anything, and I was getting tacky glue all over my mat. It took me a half hour to clean off my mat. So that's how bad it got. All right. It was really, really bad. All right. And then I took the tacky glue and I'm going to add the third piece. See, and this is when I seal it. Excuse me. I'm sorry. Oh, my allergies are so bad. I got an itch in my throat and it won't go away. Excuse me. I'm sorry. So there, I have a little piece that's left over and I cut that off. Okay, I don't overlap it, I cut it off. Okay, and then I set it to the side to dry, and then I do the other two. All right, see, and I'm showing you that I'm smoothing it and attaching both pieces. Okay. Now, while those are drying, okay, because I did all three, I took some E 7000 and I put it on the glue wire, and then I shoved the wire in one of the holes to those tubing from the handle part of the whisk, okay, and I shoved the wire in there, and then I set them on there. And then I end up tacking it with hot glue. I don't know if I show you me tacking it with hot glue, but I tack it with hot glue so to give it an immediate hold, okay? Because that E 7000 takes a little while to set, and I needed this to set like right now so I could be able to paint. Um, and there I painted them with the white chalk paint all over, even the loop part on the top, just in case, you can see it. But I try to cover it as much as possible, but you'll see it. And then I take the cameo pink and make like a little triangle in the middle, and then a squiggly line on the top end and the bottom end going down. And then I attach another diamond shape in the middle, and then make the squiggly lines to the bottom and the squiggly line to the top. Then I make another diamond to attach to all three and fill in the diamond and do the top and the bottom. And that's all I'm doing with that. Okay. Then after I'm done painting and they're dried from the paint, I take the sparkle excuse me, I'm sorry, the sparkle Mod Podge and paint all the peppermints, okay? And then after I'm letting them dry, and then I'll go back to the candles. They're dry already. Well, not completely dry, but they're pretty much dry. And I take that twine, um, silver twine that I got from, it was in the ribbon section. I forget what you call that. It's not called twine, but I use that to connect the seams so you don't see the seams, and it makes it like pop a little bit. And I only do it to two of the rows. The side that I'm gonna cut, I don't put that ribbon on. Then here I got these candle, they're like light fixtures that you could make full candles with, okay, or you could use for garden. And then I take these special bulbs. They're called rat tail bulbs. They're silicone bulbs, and you could buy them on Amazon. I'll share the link down below so you know where to get these, okay, and how much they cost and all that, because I don't remember. And then I'm taking hot glue and I'm putting hot glue all around the top of it, because the wax don't melt it. I already tested it. It don't melt it. It just sits there and it doesn't melt it. And I want my candles to look like they were melted. Then here, the candies are all, excuse me, they're all dry. Excuse me. And then I take that twine, that silver, I'm going to call it silver twine, but that's not the name of it. And I only wrap it halfway down the wire, okay? And then I take plastic wrap, cello wrap. They sell it at Dollar Tree. I think it's $1.75 now. But I had a whole bunch of rolls from last year because I had my Christmas theme last year was Candyland. So I have a lot of that cello. And I wrap it and then I just tie this one I only tie on the bottom. The other candies I tie on the top and the bottom, and they look like that. Okay. And here I'm connecting them all. You see, I'm showing you how I connected them. Okay, and I connect them all by gluing them together like that. And then I take that silver twine again and wrap the whole bottom. But you have to hold that real tight. When you're wrapping that, wrap it and pull tight. Pull it nice and tight. So all the wires bunch up together and one, and it gets thinner. Okay, it goes from really wide to thin. Then the bottoms, I just wrap it and make like a little ball at the end. Okay, to cover up everything, and there you go, and that's what that looks like. Then I take pink curling ribbon, and curling ribbon is so hard to find. I had to order it on Amazon because I couldn't find it anywhere. Ever since they closed Party City, you can't find none of this stuff anymore. So I ordered it online and I got a bunch of different colors now of curling ribbon. So then I take that and I curled all the ends and it looks like that. Then I take three of those silver balls and I glue them together to the top like that. And there you go. And that is my pick. Now here, I don't know what happened. I don't know if I didn't record it, if I didn't add it or what. But that's two Dollar Tree trees. And I bent it in the middle in half. And then I just formed a square. Then I take the candles. And here's the blooper part. Okay, I take the candles and I put it on the top. Then I'm taking my heat gun and I'm trying to melt the candle, and the wax is just flying everywhere. I had wax in my hair. I had wax all over the table. Barely any wax fell on the candles. Like it went everywhere. So what I do is I get 2 candles from Dollar Tree. The like the spiritual candles. There you go. You see the jar right there. And I melted it down and I used a whole candle and poured it all around the edges, not on top of the lights, only around the edges of the styrofoam. And this makes it look like the candle is melting. And you'll see that in the final reveal a lot better. But you see all the melted wax on the top part of it now? It looks so pretty. So gorgeous. Then I take my picks, add my pick, add my tree, add some other little embellishments that I had of beads and stuff, and I put it in a black bowl. I showed the bowl, but I guess I was talking and stuff, but I know I had showed it as a black bowl, but you'll see everything in the final reveal better. All right, and then those little beads I got at Hobby Lobby, okay? And here's the final reveal, and that's what it looks like. You see that how the candles look like they're real candles and like they're melting? Aren't they gorgeous? They're so this piece was so gorgeous, so pretty. And you see the little tree in the front? Oh. And then the little candy pieces and the pink ribbon and the silver. And then my bowl is black. Because everything in my bedroom is the furniture is black and all my accessories are iridescent silver and like that light pink like that. And that's how my bedroom is decorated. So you see, look at the wax. You see it how it melted over the candle and everything. It looks so pretty. And wait till you see it in the dark. In the dark, it is gorgeous, like gorgeous in the dark. And they look like real candles almost. I mean, the video and the pictures do not um speak for it like in person. Like if you would see it in person, it's gorgeous. Here's with the lights dimmed down a little bit, and you see the presents on the side. Those were the presents that I made to go with this. It's a whole set, and there's a Christmas tree too. And I was supposed to show the Christmas tree here on this video, and I didn't put it in because the video is already a few minutes over the limit. Our limit is to have it at 30 minutes or less to give, out of respect for the other crafters' time and stuff. So I didn't put that one in, but it's done, and I'll show it in another video. But look at the wax. You see the wax, how it melted, and it looks like almost fire. I wish they would twinkle. That's the only thing. I wish they would like flicker or something to make it look like it's really like the candle, like the candles look. And this is here in the dark. All right. So, like I said, my video is a little bit long, so I'm just gonna tell you, I'll put down the links and down in the description box below. Check out the other ladies and see what they made with their challenge items and see how they did. They're very talented. You're gonna see so many nice, talented creations today. The host and the guest host links are down below in the description box. Also, the playlist link is down in the description box. And another thing you'll find there is my if you would like to give any donations, I have Buy Me a Coffee. I also have my Cashapp there. I also have my email and all the ways that you could, my other links and my other channels that I have, like Facebook, Instagram, and all that. That's also there if you want to communicate with me in any way or want to contact me to send happy mail or just to say hello. Email me and we'll talk, okay? Like, share, and comment. And subscribe if you haven't subscribed so you don't miss out on the future funds of all the beautiful creations that I make. Thanks for watching, and please stay blessed, my friends and my family, okay? Stay safe, and stay tuned for Saturday's video. I have 2 videos going out on Saturday, one for Talented Creations, and the other one is a collaboration of that I'm doing, crafting our way to Christmas. And my guest host is Yetta, and we'll be guest hosting together in a collaboration of crafting our way to Christmas. See you then. Bye bye.